why did she choose Myecon? This is Coach Madeline Alexander Barbie out of Houston, Texas. Before she got to Myecon, she already had ministry. She was already a financial coach. She was already a power coach. She was already an ordained minister. I just learned all kind of stuff about her every time I talked to her. She got big dogs and all kind of stuff she gets taken care of, writing books and doing everything. This is a powerful, powerful person in her own right. But she is bought into this Myecon covenant, and she's embraced herself to this covenant. So I want to introduce you, Coach Madeline Alexander Barbie, to the Myecon family. Thank you for being on our call today. I'm going to go ahead and, all right, you got it, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Curry. Thank you for the opportunity to share and to share a little bit about my background and my testimony and my why, like why I'm here at Myecon. It's a powerful story and I'm excited to share it. I put just a couple of slides together just to keep me organized, keep my thoughts organized. And so I'm going to share my screen. And as I share this with you, so I can move and make sure that I stay on point as I'm sharing with you guys. So hopefully let me know if you can see my screen okay. And if you can see those slides, I'm going to walk you through a little bit about who I am, a little bit about my testimony and just what I've accomplished here at Myecon. But my background, you guys know I am a professional speaker. I'm a coach, minister of the gospel. I'm a motivational speaker. I am an author. That's my primary calling, is to write. And so those are the things that I concentrate on doing, and I will always do that. That's my calling in the Lord. But Myecon is such an integral part of what I'm doing now, and it will always be. I am Myecon for life now, and I want to just share a little bit about my story and how I got here, and help you to understand, because now, like, it's amazing, like with Myecon, helping people with their finances, and even with the book that I wrote, Your 90-Day Financial Breakthrough, like those are things that I would have never envisioned for myself. I knew I was called to be in the ministry. I knew I was called as an author from a very young age, about 7 or 8 years old. But I would have never envisioned myself helping people with their finances and that sort of thing, because that was something that I didn't have knowledge in, and I struggled at different periods of my life. And so if you're that person that's like, I don't have financial background, I'm not a financial planner, I don't, I don't have that background, I don't understand some of the concepts, I want to tell you from me that you can learn it, you can conquer it, you can do it, and you're at the right place with the right people, with everything that we need for you to be successful. And I just have such an appreciation for you, Mr. Curry. Thank you for Mr. John Pettifer L. He's sown so much knowledge into me. I appreciate you. Of course, our visionary and co-founder, Mr. Ivy Stokes, has just done amazing things. And I'm going to show you how this story all comes together. And there's a powerful ending to the story as I share it with you. But coming up in school, I did very well in school. I did all the things that we were taught to do. Go to school, get a good job, get good grades. I did that. I graduated top of my class in high school, went on to college. I got a degree in business. I had the option of having an academic scholarship or a music scholarship. I play the flute. I was a National Achievement Scholar. I had opportunities to go to a multitude of different schools for music. And my dad was like, you need to get something that you can, take care of yourself, take care of your financial needs. So I changed my major at the last second, went into the School of Business, didn't know anything about that. I'm a creative, I'm an author, I'm a musician. And so I went into that, and it was just kind of like, okay, I worked hard. I graduated at the top of my class. I was number 12 in the School of Business. I graduated, but I just always felt uncomfortable. I went into corporate America, but it wasn't what I was called to do. So I just did it because we're all told to do it. We're told to go to school, get good grades, get a good job. So I did that. And I went into corporate and I worked very, very hard. I had a 25-year corporate career. My last 14 years at Microsoft Corporation, I did everything that I was told to do. And I was successful in it because I'm a skilled person. I'm a hard worker. So I did that, but I never felt comfortable. I never felt in the right spot. And I just had a drive to go do something else. And so I went back to school, got my degree in church leadership and ministry. That was in 2003. And I finally stepped out of corporate America in 2008. I left corporate America And I was kind of working on that left-hand side of the cash flow quadrant, right? Like I'd been an employee, I'd done that, but I was working 40 hours a week initially. But as I started to get promoted, I was working 50, 60. It got to 70 hours a week. I was a director at Microsoft. I was kind of like invited to the executive dance party. I was kind of in that. I was in that high potential program. My next stop would have been to be a general manager and then on to a VP. And it just was taking such a toll on my health. I was working so much and just throwing everything I could at that linear income, and it just was not working. And I was frustrated. I was tired. Like how they say you get sick and tired of being sick and tired. I was that. Six-figure income, stock options, bonuses. I was doing the thing. But inside, I felt like I was missing life. I was missing my family. I just like, this is not what I want to do. And so I went back to school, got my degree, church leadership ministry. I stepped out. I didn't want to go into full-time ministry as a pastor because I wanted to be hands-on with the people. So I left corporate America in 2008. I moved to Houston in 2007. And a lady kept telling me, you know, you're going to move to Houston and all this. I was like, no, I'm not. I don't want to be in Texas. I don't want to do that. But the Lord opened a door and I moved to Texas. I came down here and I started my own business. So I'm still on the left side of the cash flow quadrant, right? Like I went out of employment and I went into self-employment. So I'm working 70 hours a week. And then now I'm working around the clock, self-employed, right? And I left corporate in 2008. I had bought my dream home. I'd moved down to Texas. I'd already paid off my home in Washington State. But when I relocated, I bought another home. So now I have a new home and everything's set up really well. You know, I saved, I did all the right things at Microsoft. I had invested. I didn't understand the stock market. And when we hit the stock market crash of 2008, everything came down for me. Like the stock market crash, I had no idea what to do. I didn't know what to do. And I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars because of a lack of financial knowledge. Even though I was a strong six-figure earner, all this stuff was going right. I didn't have any financial knowledge. And we had financial planners around us. The things that they were trying to get us to do were so aggressive and difficult. It was just like, I just felt like a person who doesn't know how to read. And like, just like literacy, like normal literacy, if you don't know how to read, there's a whole world shut off from you if you can't read books. Well, in financial literacy, if you don't understand financial issues, there's a whole world shut off from you because you don't understand the financial game plan. Well, I started looking for some, I knew there had to be a better way. I got connected with people who were in the network marketing industry. I started building. I saw people who were successful, making way more money than I was making, enjoying their life, traveling, building teams, all this stuff, all this greatness. And so I began to see that. And I jumped into the network marketing industry and started working. You know, I was working in different projects and I did well in every project that I worked. But I still didn't have any financial literacy. I still didn't have that part, right? I don't understand. And I'm still going through the challenges. I'm trying to recover from all that had happened in the Great Recession. That was very devastating for me. I went through that and I was like, I don't know how I'm going to recover. How am I going to do it? But I kept doing what I was called to do. I was preaching, teaching. I was writing books. I wrote my first 2 books. There's people around you that are succeeding in the thing that they're called to, but they don't have financial literacy. They don't know how to get out of some of the challenges and drama that they're going through. And that was me. But I kept looking and I was persistent. I kept going, you know. And so in my last project, LaVonda Thornton Bush and I got to be very close friends. And it was like, if I find the right thing, I'll let you know. If you find the right thing, you let me know. And that's how we did that. And she did that, you know, and that's how I was introduced ultimately to Myecon at the end of 2020. And so, you know, I'd kind of gone through all these different changes and I was just really trying to fix the situation. But one of the things in the network marketing industry is people kept trying to talk me out of doing my calling. Like, if you stop writing, if you stop preaching, if you stop doing this, stop doing that, and just concentrate on networking, just concentrate on building your team. And it never set right. It was like, I cannot do that. This is what I'm called to do. I'm called of the Lord. I know what my calling is. So I always just felt like kind of an exploitive thing. And I couldn't be who I am. And so finally, fast forward, you know, we get to Myecon and it was like, I can do what I'm called to do. I knew immediately this was the right place. I knew this was the Lord. I knew that his hand was upon it. And so I'm thankful for the things that I've been able to accomplish. I want to show you a few things of what I've been able to do in the time that I've been here. And I want to share just quickly 3 key bullets, just keep me organized. Cash flow. I want to talk about my cash flow testimony. I want to talk about a culture testimony, and I want to talk about my cause. My cause. Why am I here? Why am I building? Why am I committed? Why am I Myecon for life? If you're Myecon for life, I want you to put that in the chat. You can just say, I'm Myecon for life. I can tell you, you guys can't get rid of me. No way. So let me tell you my cash flow testimony, what I've accomplished. And this is somebody who went through a lot. I stopped investing in the stock market because of what I went through in the Great Recession. I had a conversation with Mr. Stokes about that. Like, I'm just skittish about it because it was a bad experience for me. And so I got in here and I started to learn the strategies. And in 3 years, I've cash flowed over $450,000 using the income shifting strategies. And this is from a person that's a creative. Okay. I've cash flowed over $450,000 using the strategies. I've increased my credit score by 100 points here. I've paid off. Now, I told you I paid off my house in Washington, then I bought another house. Came down here, bought my dream house. And as soon as I did that, the market crashed. So it was a real struggle. But now, since being in Myecon, I've paid off over $65,000 of mortgage principal, the actual principal payments. And in that, that includes over $13,000 of accelerated mortgage principal. Now, those accelerated payments, like paying additional payments on the mortgage, I've paid 43 additional principal payments since being in Myecon. 43. That's not the normal 36. Like I paid, in 3 years, the 36 mortgage payments, but 43 additional principal payments, just paying the principal. And by doing that, I've eliminated over $47,000 in interest I did not have to pay, and I will never have to pay. Okay, because those principal payments were made, so it wiped out $47,000 in interest that I would have had to pay in my mortgage that I didn't have to do that. Okay, which is fantastic. And so I'm on this accelerated mortgage payoff plan to pay off my dream home. I'm excited about that. I am now investing from all the different income streams. I had sat down with Mr. Ivy Stokes. We had a one-on-one. I told him what I went through in, going through the Great Recession. And I was like, I'm just skittish about doing it. And he taught me, and I started applying the principles. I started coming to all the training. I come to the Thursday night trainings. If you guys aren't plugged into the Thursday night fundamentals trainings, you need to do it. I started plugging into the Thursday night trainings. I changed my schedule around so I could be there and be with Mr. Curry and go through that training. I show up to all the Super Saturdays, unless I have a speaking event. And if I have a doubleheader, I do Super Saturday and then I go speak. And I started investing from all my income streams, which was something I was not doing. And my investments are doing phenomenally well. I now have 8 income streams. And so in the Word of God, I'm going to show you the scripture. It tells you to invest in 7 ventures, even 8. And so you do not know what disaster will come upon the land. Sow your seed in the morning and at evening, let your hands not be idle. Well, I've done that. Okay. And I want to tell you, because of the Lord's blessing on my life and what he's called me to do, I am an author. That's one income stream. I get royalty income from books. I am a speaker, a motivational speaker. I do motivational speaking engagements. I am a coach and consultant. I earn coaching income, consulting income. I am a minister of the gospel, so I earn income. I'm blessed through my ministry, preaching the gospel. Myecon, I have another team-based business that I still maintain, even though Myecon is my focus. I don't even build that business anymore, but I still have residual income from that business that I built previously before coming to Myecon. So I have that residual income coming, and then my investments. And so now I am at the biblical standard of 8 streams of income, which is incredibly powerful. That's amazing to me from what I've learned. I was able to build a team of 100 to hit EVP Infinity. I am laser focused on going to CEO Infinity. I'm going to get that done. I am working so that I can move forward. So that's my cash flow testimony, but that's just a part of the story. Okay, that's just a part of the story. Let me tell you this scripture, Ecclesiastes chapter 11, verses 2 and 6. And this has been a model for me. When I went through the Great Recession, I didn't have 8 streams of income. I didn't have any books. I didn't have any of that. I was just stepping out of corporate. I left a 6-figure income, stock options, bonuses, because I had to get out of that environment because it was taking such a toll on my health. So I had to rebuild. I just had to build everything from nothing. And I started doing that in 2008 when I left. September 30 was my last day in corporate America, and I had to build from nothing. And I built 8 streams of income. The Word of God says, invest in 7